I just watched an episode of Coach JB and Big Smitty. And Coach JB asked Smitty if he goes to a grocery store and says ma'am to someone and misgenders them, and he was very confused, and so am I, about it. And Smitty says, I wouldn't use ma'am or another slur like that. And he trails off at the end, but that's what he was going for. Ma'am or a slur. Since when is calling someone ma'am or sir a slur? It is a show of respect. There are women that don't like when you use ma'am because it makes them feel old. Well, that's on you, first off. And then I'll say sir. I'm a working man, I'm not a sir. I roll my eyes and walk away because you're obviously a moron and I don't want to talk to you. When you say stuff like that, you're just an idiot. You're just an idiot. Just like the woman that feels old when someone uses that. But after the women were around me for a little bit, they loved when I called them ma'am. Because from me, I treat it as just treating you with respect. A female, I use ma'am as respect. As a male, I use sir, respect. Because when I worked in elementary school, the kids that went to that elementary school, I said sir to, and I said ma'am to. And you know what they always said to me? Sir. I've had a lot of people like, these kids don't show respect. They show respect to me constantly. Elementary, middle school, high school, they all showed respect because I showed it to them. What you push out into this world, you generally receive. Like the Grambling State coach. Meet disrespect with disrespect. Well, you know what you're going to get back? More disrespect. If you take someone's disrespect and you give them respect, you might not get respect, but you probably won't get any more disrespect because you're going to take the wind out of their sails. You won't. And the reason Coach JB and Smitty brought this up was because they were talking about a women's football league. And right away I saw that it's just going to fail. And not because they're women. Not at all. Not because they're inferior or anything like that. Just stay in your lane because that's what Coach JV thinks, which I think is hilarious. But nothing like that. It's because of what they had on pregame. They had LGBTQ plus or A in there, or I don't know. But they had those shirts on. So that means when a man says he's a woman, they have to let him, whatever you want to call it, into their league. And it will ruin their league having all these men in there that say they're women. So their league is doomed to fail because of their stances. Because if they don't let them in, they're hypocrites. If they do let them in, your league fails. Because you're just going to have men in there hurting other women that you're saying that you want to protect. And Coach JB is very adamant about protecting women's sports, and then people attack him about that stuff, and he wants to protect women's sports as far as only women should be in their sports. And he doesn't like women in football, which, that's fine. Again, it's his opinion. I don't understand why people are so angry at other people's opinions. You say, okay. I have opinions that others don't believe. Last NFL season, I thought Saquon Barkley should have been the MVP. And I disagreed with someone else, and I was like, it should be this person. And then someone's like, but Kevin, you're right. I'm like, no. They're like, what? I was like, well, most people would probably agree with the other person. They don't think Saquon. Because they said it should probably be Josh Allen, and he ended up winning it. So obviously he was right, like as far as what the voters were going to say. But I thought Saquon should win it. Just like this year, I think Jonathan Taylor should win it if he continues on the pace he's going. And Indianapolis can continue on the winning pace. I don't understand why only quarterbacks can win it when... I mean, if Matthew Stafford can keep this up, if they can keep winning, then okay. But just because you have a winning record, or one of the better records in the NFL, that quarterback should get it. Why? Over the years, it became a quarterback award, and that's just dumb. So, I'm sorry, ladies. Your personal beliefs are going to get in the way of your league. And Coach JB, I enjoy you so much. You're so good. And I will continue to say sir and ma'am, and I don't care what you people think. It was how I was raised, and I'm going to continue to treat others with respect no matter what this world says. Evil flourishes when good men do nothing. And this man will continue to say sir and ma'am. And if they're like, I'm not a woman, whatever. And I'll just walk away. Because I don't have time for you. If you don't understand respect, I can't help you. It's not my responsibility to navigate your worldviews. Then why aren't they navigating my worldviews? And when I say ma'am or sir, just thank you and keep it moving. No, their worldviews matter more than mine. So if that's what you think, I'll just keep it moving, and you can go do whatever you want to do, and I'll go do what I want to do. If you want to have an actual conversation, let's have it. But if that's how you start it, no thank you. Again, the transgender thing, I can't get on board. You're saying my God messed up. He does not. You mess up. I mess up. He does not. And when I feel like this world is getting a little overwhelming, I can do all things through Christ, who strengthens me.